Hello there, my name is Jan Campbell. I'm from North Smithfield, and I'm delighted to be here with my friends from the Wiley Center and Dare and Sierra Club today, because what we are saying really needs to be heard. Wow, I'm kind of like the resident historian on these issues. I've worked on these issues here for 40 years, and I want to just give you a little bit of perspective. People really used to believe the PUC was on their side, you know, at least to some degree. And the faith that people are losing is a real threat to our democracy. So I just want people to keep that in mind. I feel sorry for the PUC in a way, because you're in a world not of your own design. You didn't ask to be here having to oversee this crazy multinational corporation with absolutely no accountability to the state of Rhode Island. Yeah. You didn't ask for it. Bless your hearts, you're taking a stab at it. Let's think about two things. One, the condition of this country, because I'm a big picture person. Two, the condition of this state. This is the way I see it. America is going to hell in a handbasket. Yeah, right. Rhode Island is going to hell on a rocket ship.
We're microcosm.
We are the canary in the coal mine. The economy in this state has been so bad for so long, we're like the third world. It's pretty bad when we went back and forth with Michigan to be #1 in unemployment. Then back and forth with Nevada. Now we're back and forth with Mississippi and Georgia. It just seems to get worse and worse.
Yeah.
These are just statistics, but what they hide is the fact that the people in Rhode Island are drowning. First of all, over half of Rhode Islanders are going to retire just on Social Security alone, which means over half of the people in Rhode Island are going to be poor when they're old, any way you cut it. That's already the case now. It's not like that's new. But the other thing is, for the middle class hasn't received a raise in a mighty long time. Wages have been so stagnant. The people, the lower 40% of the people, have been going backwards in real dollars, in real terms. Their wages aren't going up, they're getting less than before. And yet the utility bills go through the roof, the rents go through the roof. People are not making it. You know, as I always say, I really believe in math and science. And the math says if you have X amount coming in and Y amount going out that's more than the X, you're in big trouble. And people all over the state are in that position right now. And it's not just the poor. We are facing a real spiritual and economic crisis in this country. We are fighting for the soul of this country. People have just preyed on people because they figure, oh, the United States, the place of lax regulation. Let's go pick on Rhode Island. They're small and powerless. We can go and snooker them really well. But I have been a person who's run businesses. I've run nonprofits. And if you're smart with the books, you can make the book say anything you want. You can make it look like, oh, it's so expensive to run anything in Rhode Island. But how about when you sit down and see all the other people all over the world that they're schnookering just like us?
Yeah.
You know, what kind of profits are they getting there? It must be nice to be able to break out your profits by little regions so that you don't look as rich as you are. Yeah. And one thing I really do want to say, I have one question for the PUC and our audience here today, and that is, where is Steve Holliday? Where is he?
On his yacht.
Now see, I think if you're going to be that rich and snooker people that are this poor, you should have the human decency to show your face and tell everybody why you deserve $1 million raises when people's kids are going cold in the winter in Rhode Island. I want that, so I'm going to be subpoenaed. The next time these people come in and ask for money, I want you to subpoena Steve Holliday. Will you do that for me?
Yeah.
I want him subpoenaed. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
Will you do that for me? So that he can go on the record and talk all about the international profits of National Grid?
How he needs our money.
Is that possible?
He
You don't have the power? Well, maybe we can get the Congress, maybe we can get our Congress people
Vote no
to
confidence
see.
then.
And see if they can do it, maybe through an international treaty, because after all, they're an overseas company. Maybe the State Department can get them to come here for us, that would be great.
I think the State Department should know
Yeah.
all about this.
Yeah, let them check it out. Now, first of
People
all,
are saying no, you're gonna say yes.
it's not like we have cheap utilities in Rhode Island. My friends in Virginia pay half of what we pay for their electric bills. You can look it up. Northern Virginia, they pay half of what we pay for. In a state this poor, I just don't know why we are paying this much money. And then they'll say, and I heard the gentleman downstairs talking to the press, I thought I'd fall over laughing. Oh, well, there's competition. You can just go and get another electric company. Come on.
They rob you too.
Come on! What is the market share in National Grid? You can just go get another electric company. I mean, how dumb is that? What do you think? We're born yesterday? I mean, the way that they insult people's intelligence is just horrifying to me. We're really looking at the tipping point for the people. And you as the PUC, and I said this back in 2008, and boy, they didn't like what I said. They freaked out and thought they were going to be killed by a mob or something. But I said back then, people can only take so much before they can't take any more.
And this is enough.
And all over the country, this is showing up. And I said this in 2008, I like being a prophet, not to be cocky, but look at what has happened since then. You have seen Occupy Wall Street. You have seen all of this stuff with Ferguson and everything else. The innate rage and worry and insecurity that is out there in this country right now is something that is a powder keg. People have got to believe in the system. That is why when people seek redress before the PUC and other government bodies, the people have to be listened to. If I were you and people were acting like this rate hike was a fait accompli, I would be so insulted. I would say, what do you think I am, just a puppet? You know, I have a brain in my head. It's my job to look this over and stand for the people. Now think about it. There are a lot of people in this state that heat with oil, and you have to pay, usually you have to get 100 gallons, so that's almost $300. There are people that supplement their oil with electric. This isn't on an electric heat rate. This is regular. Some people are paying $250 in the winter on top of their oil. Now, if you were to let this go through, those people would have to pay an additional $50 a month. We're talking about a lot of people here that are elderly, people that are low income, people that have had their wages rolled back. My daughter is a teacher, and every year she gets less and less and less and less because they take out more and more and more and more. And they semi-privatized her pension, so she'll stop when she's in her old age, but I digress. But that's a middle-class group of people, and they're struggling. And the people on the bottom are just going over the deep end. And I just really wish Steve would come here and justify this. I want to see Steve Holliday.
Come on, where is it?
The bottom line is, the PUC was put together, once again more history, I'm going to make it quick, to ensure that electricity spread, that people in the state of Rhode Island had electricity. Back then it was tiny little companies. The PUC was supposed to do what they could to keep them afloat. It is not written anywhere that it is the responsibility of the PUC to keep a foreign multinational corporation afloat. You work for us. You work for us.
You work for us.
And you have to see this in the bigger picture. The day the people feel there is no redress will be a very scary day in America. Thank you very much.
Investigated.